Hello everybody and welcome to the Little Farmer's Farm with me, Guru Mafinda, aka Tony. I'm just walking down the lane to our plots now, and it looks like Rivendell, land of the elves, have delivered some well-rotted compost for the wise old elf. You should show you that quickly. Oh, that's nice quality stuff, I think, isn't it? Eh? Nicely rotted down. Not too many turds in that, boys and girls. I've got to be quiet because John's on from across the way. I don't want him thinking I'm talking to myself. That's a nice pile, isn't it? Right, enough of that. Here's some verbal stuff. We've got a YouTube channel, as you know, and from time to time fellow creators on YouTube will set up a challenge for other creators, and this particular one, we've been tagged actually by a fellow creator who's a fantastic grower and well worth a watch, a guy called Terry King, Allotment Gardening on a Budget. Now Terry's sent through or forwarded this challenge to us, which is the 40 question challenge. Basically, it's 40 questions. They're all the same 40 questions, set of 40 questions that get sent out to everybody who's tagged. And anyway, Terry's sent it through to us unofficially. He sort of included me in the tag that he's sent out. He didn't start the challenge; somebody else started the challenge, but he's been challenged. He's done his 40 questions, and so I'm going to do mine today. And it's supposed to help the followers, the viewers like yourselves, learn a bit more about the person that you're watching, about the creator. Anyway, so I'll be tagging 6 more people at the end of this, and including them in the challenge as well. So stay tuned for that at the end. And without further ado, I'll crack on with the questions. Okie dokie. Number 1. Do I like blue cheese? No, I don't. I don't like really strong cheese. I like creamy Lancashire cheese. I like Edam. I like feta cheese, Greek feta. Well, that's about as strong as I'll go. I'm not particularly a fan of strong cheeses. I don't know what that tells you about me, but there you go. Now here's a comparison one, a preference one really. Number 2, Coke or Pepsi. So Coca-Cola or Pepsi. To be honest with you, being diabetic, I don't tend to drink a lot of either. But if I was going to be pressed on it, I would say Pepsi. I'd say I was more of a Pepsi man than a Coca-Cola man. Don't know why, but I used to, when I did drink it quite a lot, I'd go for the Pepsi. I think it used to be a bit cheaper than Coca-Cola. But I'm a Pepsi man. Number 3, am I in a relationship? Well, yeah, I am. And I've been married to the particular lady in question for over 10 years. 10 years and 4 months, I think it is now, since we got married. And we've been together for just over 12 years. I knew my good lady wife before that. Before she became a good lady wife, off and on over the years, we sort of used to meet up, and just as friends, we had mutual friends, you know. We used to see each other knocking around, and we started to see each other about 12 years ago, as I say. And there you go. For her sins, we've been married now just over 10 years, and we've got the 2 lads. Another preference one: whiskey, Talika whatever that is, and vodka. Talika, no idea what that is, but would I prefer whiskey, Talika, or vodka? Well, I'll tell you, I would prefer whiskey. My tipple of choice actually is Jack Daniels, and when I do have Coke or Pepsi, I'll have Jack Daniels and Pepsi. But I also like single malt whiskies. I like Jameson's. I also like, there's one particular one called Highland Park, which is from up in the Orkneys, I think it is, and that's a really nice one. So yeah, I'm a whiskey person rather than a Talika and vodka person. Number 5, hot dogs or cheeseburger. Do I prefer a hot dog or a cheeseburger? Well, I've got to say, it's got to be a cheeseburger, I think. I'm a cheeseburger person. I think the hot dogs, especially the ones that you get, which are sort of the highly processed ones, I don't particularly like, but I do like a nice gourmet burger. Has to be said. Favourite food. What is my favourite food? My favourite food. That's quite a tough one. I do like my food, as you can probably tell from the weight and the heft and the girth of me, but I think my favourite one would probably be either chicken chasseur, which I've got a particular penchant for, or what else do I really like? Favourite food? Chicken chasseur I like. I like casseroles and soups. The green soup that we do is actually fantastic. So I'll get on to that. Very healthy for you as well. The sort of vegan green soup that we do. What is my first drink in the morning? Well, the first drink that I have in the morning is either a cup of tea, black tea leaves, that is. I always have the milk with it. I've started to have soya milk with it. So black tea, sort of sweetened soya milk, no sugar. Or I'll have if I'm coming down here, sorry about the sirens in the background, it's the lunatic asylum coming to pick me up, but down there we've got stinging nettles. So I'll have a stinging nettle tea of a morning if I forgot to bring the milk up. So there we go. Can I do 100 push-ups? Can I do 100 push-ups? I could do them throughout the day. But 100 in one go, no. The chopper's here now. The DEA. DEA's got a chopper in the air. Wake up screaming like I'm back over there. I'll pause it. It's going well, this, isn't it? Bloody sirens, choppers. It's like Beirut. Can I do 100 push-ups? Yes, if I can do them throughout the day, sort of 20 at a time throughout the day, I can do it. I can easily do it. The maximum I did the other day, when we were doing the British Army sort of test, push-ups test, was how many can you do in 2 minutes? And anyway, I did 42, and I was goosed at the end of it. I used to be able to do 100. I used to be able to fly through 100. And that's part of the sort of fat to fit thing that I'm going to be doing. I promise I will be doing that shortly. I will be trying to build up to 100 push-ups. But yeah, if they were spread through the day, I probably could do it. In fact, I could do it. What is my favourite season of the year? The favourite season of the year? It's got to be really... it's actually sort of like the back end of spring and the start of summer. I think when you see all the sort of growth and all the life bursting forth upon God's green earth, that's my favourite time of the year. And then the back end of the year is not my favourite time of the year, because you get the entropy, the inevitable decay and die off. It's like a metaphor for life, isn't it? But yeah, springtime, really. I start getting excited when the days start going longer, and then when you get when the clocks go forward. That's when I'm at my chuffedest, I think. Right, favourite hobby. Right, and I've got a couple of hobbies. Nothing too major. I like singing. I like dancing. In fact, I started to court my good lady wife when we were going salsa dancing and Ciroc rock and roll jive dancing. That's where we first started to actually see each other, go out with each other. So I like doing that. And I also, as you probably noticed, I like doing DIY projects and getting my hands on wood. I like to work with wood in particular and build stuff. Do I have any tattoos? Yes, I do. I have a small Chinese zodiac symbol on my arm there, which is the zodiac sign. Apparently, I thought, well, it is. My dad used to take the mick out of me. He used to say it says egg fried rice, but it actually is the Chinese zodiac sign for dragon, because I was 16 and I liked Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan. Well, that's the only one that I've got. Do I wear glasses? No. Do I have any phobias? Well, not really. I do slightly have one for spiders, but it's only if I'm sort of in a confined space and there's one right at the side of me, and it surprises me, you know. If the spider's right there with his fangs out, like I don't particularly like that situation. Do I have a nickname? Well, at school I was called Turf, which is the Tony from the Tony, and the Earth from Murphy, which is my second name, so it was Turf. Or Guru Mafindi. Nowadays it's Guru Mafindi. For the last few years, I've in another life, I was nicknamed by Tony Warburton Guru Mafindi. He called me Guru Mafindi because I was always told. You've probably seen this. You might have seen this. It's in the uploads. The history of that Guru Mafindi name, and yeah. So yeah, there we go. Favourite sweets or candy? Don't particularly have favourite sweets or candy, but I would say that if you can include confectionery in that, in the form of cakes, I'm anybody's for a Black Forest Gatto. I know that's very 70s and 80s, but I love black cherry, Black Forest Gatto. It's absolutely beautiful. Can't have too much of it, of course, with the diabetes, but yeah, that's a treat for me, Black Forest Gatto. Do I believe in ghosts? Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I have been a physical victim of what can only be described as a spiritual entity. I have experienced that several times when we were staying at, we used to stay at my mate's place, and if it wasn't a ghost, we don't know what it was, because it physically shook me awake in the middle of the night. And I woke up being shook, and there was nobody there. And there were loads of other incidences with the TV turning itself on and off, the stereo turning itself up and down, the dog barking its head off and just following something that wasn't there. You could hear footsteps running across the landing upstairs. There was nobody there. So yeah, I've definitely got an open mind about that. What's my biggest downfall? Right, my biggest downfall. I'll just pause this again. I don't know about downfall. If you read downfall as being your biggest regret, then that's probably starting smoking. If any of you kids are considering starting to smoke, don't. It's incredibly addictive, it's very expensive, and it slowly kills you. But it's incredibly difficult to stop doing it when you've been doing it for years. I've been a smoker now for coming up for 33 years. In fact, it's probably more than that. I've smoked since 2000. Yeah, it's about 32, 33 years, and that's the biggest regret really, that I ever started to smoke. So there you go. Don't start if you're not already one. Right, okay. Do I prefer rain or snow? I have to say I prefer I would probably say I would have to prefer rain, but it depends on the context. If it's raining in the deeps of midwinter, we've got nothing else to do, then it's crap. You prefer snow then, so you can go out and have snowball fights and build snowmen and go tobogganing and things like that. But if it's snowing in the middle of summer, we'd obviously prefer rain. Do I have any piercings? Piercings? Well, apart from both nipples and the Prince Albert, of course, no, I don't. How old am I? How old am I? I am the grand old age of 48, 5 months and 4 days. God knows how many hours. 1972, I was born. Right, okay, another food one. French fries or onions? I would have to, sorry, onion rings. Now, I would have to say for that one, it would have to be the onion rings, specifically the KFC onion rings. That's probably another one of my downfalls, actually, KFC. KFC, cigarettes and alcohol. They're my vices. But I do like the KFC onion rings. They're very nice. Have I got any kids? Question 25. Have I got any kids? Well, yeah, I have got kids. I've got 2 strapping young lads. We've got the mini digger, who's 4, and the little farmer James, who is he's 9. So we've got 2 kids, 2 lads, and they mean the world to me and Helen. The great little kids. You've probably seen them. If you're a long-term viewer, you'll have seen them a few times on the show. And they help us out down here. And they're lovely. I wouldn't swap them. Unless Angelina Jolie came along, or Madonna with plenty of money, like, you know, and then you'd have to think about it. What's your favourite colour? My favourite colour is probably, at the moment, OD green, olive drab green. I do like black as well. I know that's not particularly a colour, it's a tone, isn't it? But I like black. And I also like a sort of pastel-y, jeansy coloured blue. I could have double denim and wear that all day long. Can I sing? Can I sing? Yeah, I'm not bad. I'm not too bad at singing. I'm all right. I did Dave from Dave's Allotment. I did his sort of annual sing-song, put the kettle on sing-song, and I was part of that, and I really thoroughly enjoyed that. But I used to be in bands. I used to be in sort of indie rock bands back in the early 90s and late 1980s. And I'm a bit of a karaoke king as well. Can I whistle? Let's see if I can do it without the tooth. No. Where was I born? Where was I born? Well, here we are. I was born in a crossfire hurricane. So no, I can't sing. I was actually born in Warrington, Warrington Infirmary. But I am a Wiganer. Through and through. Do I have any siblings? Yes, I do. I have Auntie Spud, as we call her, on the show, which is my sister. And she's a few years younger than me. I think she's about 5 years younger than me. Can I cook? Yes. I'm trying to get better at it. I'm good with soups and I'm good with stews. I'm good with the Sunday roast and Christmas dinners. I do all of those, the roasts and the dinners, the big Christmas dinners, the celebratory meals. I do those. And we split it 50-50, really, in our house for doing the evening meals. Can I swim? I can swim. I can swim to save my life. Probably if I needed to do any real distance swimming, I don't think I could do more than about half a kilometre without getting too knackered. I'm better swimming under the water. I'm good at swimming under the water. Then I'll just bob up like a dolphin. go back under again. That's how I like to swim. Am I religious? Am I religious? I'm not religious. I don't follow any form of religion. I have studied quite a varied amount, really, of religious practices and belief systems. Hence the Guru Mafinda. I like Sikhism, to be honest with you. It's a good one, Sikhism, Buddhism, and all that kind of thing. I like the Eastern religions, and I also like Jesus. He was a very good man, top bloke. But as for formal sort of dogmatic religion, no. I was raised as a Catholic, so obviously no, I don't. Bath or shower? I would have to go for shower, because you get cleaner, I think, in a shower. About once a fortnight, I will have a soak in the bath if I've had a particularly stressful or hard day. But it's got to be shower, really. Get yourself nice and clean. Give yourself a good scrubbing down in the shower. Would you prefer to live in a big city or the countryside and in nature? I would definitely say the countryside and in nature, but I've nothing against big cities. I love city breaks. We've got friends down in London, and so we used to go all the time, actually, down to London for city breaks. London's a cracking place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. Like any big city, really. They're good in moderation for me. Am I a good friend? Am I a good friend? You'd have to ask my friends about that, but I think they'll tell you that, yeah, I am. I don't let people down. I do what I say I'm going to do. If I'm going to come down and give you a lift with something, I'll be there giving you a lift with it. I won't give you false promises. I don't think you should, really. Yeah, I'm a bit of a good egg like that. Have I ever broken any bones? Have I ever broken any bones? Okay. Yeah, I shattered the whole left side of my body one time. And so, yeah, I got plenty of broken bones there. Ribs, hip, femur, is it, above your knee? One of the lower ones, the tibia or whatever it was, the smaller one in the bottom of your leg. Dislocated the shoulder, broke a few bones up here in my head. I've got a scar there on the side. And it's all through skullduggery and misadventure, boys and girls. So, yeah. How many TVs do we have in our house? How many TVs do we have in our house? Well, we've got a big one in the front room. We've got another big one in the dining room, which is sort of our dining room rec room where the kids go in, and James has got his computer set up, his PlayStation, his Xbox, set up to one of our old TVs in there, and me and James play games on that. And then upstairs, James has got a small TV, like an old small TV that you can do DVDs on. So we've got three altogether. We don't have TVs in the bedroom. The bedroom's not for watching TV, and it's for two things, one of which isn't TV. What is the worst pain I have ever felt? Well, the worst physical pain I have ever felt is from when I got an infection in the back of my throat. And if you look at the videos, the first video that ever got posted up on this channel, when it was the Guru Mafinda channel, is when I was suffering in hospital with a disease, and it was a throat infection. Apparently the ear, nose and throat fella said it was the worst quinsy infection he had ever seen. And if you're squeamish, please don't search through for the world's worst infection, the world's worst infection through our playlists, because it's horrible. And it was agonising. It was like a hot poker being shoved down your throat all the time. The last one here is, do I dance, and in what style? I do dance. I'm a good dad dancer, and I also enjoy or used to enjoy before we had the kids, because that sort of got knocked on the head after that. Sarok, which is rock and roll jive dancing, like modern rock and roll jive dancing. So yeah, I can throw a few shapes, boys and girls. And that's it, that's the 40 questions. I hope you found that enlightening. I don't know what it tells the psychologists about me, but there you go. I have got 6 other channels that I want to sort of tag into this. And I will give them the tags right now. The first one is Kelly, a young lady called Kelly Bramall at Kelly's Kitchen Garden. So consider yourself tagged, Kelly. Stop your military training for a bit and have a go at this. Tony O'Neill from Simplify Gardening. Now, Tony O'Neill's channel, if you haven't checked it out, these are all great channels as well, by the way, but Tony O'Neill was one of the people that actually got me into doing YouTube, and he's a fantastic, fantastic fella. I don't want him getting a big headlight, but his channel's brilliant. And I will be heartily, heartily pleased if Tony would pick this up and run with it, because I want to know the 40 questions as well, and I'm sure other people do. So that's Tony O'Neill at Simplify Gardening. Next up, we've got a guy who's not been posted on YouTube lately, but I want him to get back into it because I miss him very dearly. And the fella's name is Ryan, and it's Ryan at A Little Dirt Never Hurt. He's my favourite little Canuck in all of God's creation. So it's Ryan at A Little Dirt Never Hurt. They'll all be in the description below, these guys. Then we've got Stu at Petals on the Paving Slabs. Another mucker of mine, Stu at Petals on the Paving Slabs. He needs to get some more output out there as well. He's not done so much for a while, but I want to encourage him to get cracking and get back on it. They're not as mad as me, you know, the updates every day. Next up is an American fella called Rob Hart. Rob Hart is the main man at Ession's Family Garden. Ession's Family Garden, that's Rob Hart. He's a US bloke. And next up, check Rob out for all of his recipes, his sort of Cajun and fusion recipes. Oh, they are amazing. They are amazing. Okay, sorry about that. We ran out of video storage space on the camera, so I cleared a few things off. Lastly, so the last one of the 6, and definitely not least, is our wonderful friend, the beautiful, fragrant and fantastically talented Miss Kay Cottrell. Kay Cottrell at the Late Bloomer Urban Organic Gardening Show, or Garden Show. It'll be in the description below. I'd love it if Kay could do that. Kay and Tony, they're quite big channels, so I don't know whether they'll be able to fit us in with this, but I would really, really love it if they did get involved in this. Kay Cottrell at the Late Bloomer Urban Organic Garden Show. God bless everyone. We love you all. And if I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window. Keep growing with your heads down. And remember, look after yourselves and each other. It's crucial in these times. Take care, boys and girls. And I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye now. Oh, and thanks, Teddy.